is 9/4/24. This is going to be a date that, at least according to the news, 1,900 children who are at the school in Apalachee, Georgia. That's how they pronounced it. Hopefully, I got that right. Another school shooting, another dark day for America. What's interesting and will be interesting as the details come out is, right, what is the narrative? And this is what I really, really, really need you guys to pay attention to. What is the narrative that's being spread across social media and across the news? Is it really about fixing the problems? Is it about you've got 1,900 children who are defenseless in a school, in a huge, massive complex, and the school system looks like it is massive just from the size of the buildings. All these kids are not allowed to defend themselves, and they don't have, weapons or anything. And you have somebody who comes in unlawfully. That doesn't stop them. Imagine that. And starts committing murder. The one story that they did say, the Fox News out of Atlanta was the first one telling a little story. She talked to the father of one of the children, and the child said that child told her father that the kid got up, went out of the classroom, came back into the classroom with a gun, shoots the teacher dead, and then I guess continue shooting in the classroom. They didn't get any more information than that. And of course, the father and the child were trying to get away, not stand there for news interviews. So start paying attention, because we're going to go right back to where we always have been, which is guns are always the problem, and or we need more people with guns. See how many conversations people have about multiple rings of security, about layers of security, about all the different aspects that could stop somebody from getting into the building with a gun, detect the gun. And this is something I've already shared, but if you haven't heard, when I was in high school, I was in ninth grade. There was kids that were going to fight. My buddy was one of them that was going to be in this fight. After school, we're going to meet these kids. These other kids are smaller than my buddy, so there's two of them against one of him. He's like, hey, I just need somebody to watch my back just in case one of them brings a knife, or they jump in and start hitting me with a stick. I don't know. Well, we show up and those kids aren't there, and we think, oh, well, they just chickened out. No, they showed up that day with guns in their locker. The drug dog hit on their locker. The police officer, the one police officer for the whole town, opens the locker, sees loaded 9mm pistol in this kid's locker, and that might have been a wrap for me. That I might have been killed many years ago from that, had a drug dog not hit on this locker. Right? The reality is there's multiple things that can prevent somebody who has a weapon from entering, and then once they're in, to also detect that weapon, and to be able to deprive them of that avenue of committing another atrocity like this. So obviously our heart and prayers go to all the families that are affected. More to follow, of course.